All right, we're going to take that same sunset burst and use some turquoise and navy blue Angelus dye and do a light blue burst. I sanded off the sunset burst down to wood as much as I could. And in doing that, there was a little bit of yellow and red left on the edge. So I took some turquoise, put it on, wanted to see what it looked like, and still was a little bit of yellow left. So I came back with 2 coats of black and really wanted to let that soak in. We're going to come back with some 320 grit sandpaper. And what we want to do is clean this up, get any of the scratches out. And then that black dye will sit in the grain in specific spots where it's got a little bit softer. And that's what's going to make the figure pop. So we'll sand here. Sanding all in all probably took about 4 minutes. And this is going to be 600 grit sandpaper, and come back and just clean it up. And so any of the yellow or red that was sort of left on the outside edge is now gone. And I've got just enough black in the specific spots where it'll really pop once I start putting the additional color on it. So this is Angelus leather dye. This is turquoise. I haven't used this on a guitar body yet. And we're just going to apply this around real easy here. I go in a circle, sort of fanning motion. Gets the color nice and penetrated into the wood. And you can see there was a little bit of black left right under that bridge pickup. And it just sort of pops out. So we'll put a nice coat on and get it all over the body here. Don't really have any black or anything left on the sides to sort of pull that color down. But I'm applying the blue first because I want a blue base. And I'm going to come back with Angelus navy blue dye on the outside edge and have a blue burst with navy and turquoise. So we'll fast forward this here. We did 2 coats of turquoise. And I always do 2 coats. Color fills in better. You sort of miss a couple spots here and there, and the 2 coats really help. And then here's the navy blue. And the navy blue, we're going to feather the outside edge. So I've actually got that black rag, and I've got my navy blue on that rag. And a little bit too much dye, so we're going to dab it off here. And we're just going to feather this outside edge. So I've got a black rag that I used in the very beginning with the navy blue. And that way I'm getting that color, the darker color, the navy blue and the black in the same rag. And I'm going with this streaking motion because that really is going to sit in the wood nicely. And it sort of gives you a feathered look. What I've been learning as I've been playing with these dyes is I take that outside edge and I really rub it in and soak it in. And as I sort of feather the outside edge, the coloring doesn't penetrate as much. So when I come back here now with my turquoise rag, I can go ahead and rub this in. I think this is the most important step here is I've got my turquoise rag and I'm coming across now on where I feathered it in. And you can see how nice that feathering then turns into a burst pattern, like if you had actually sprayed it. So this turned out really, really nice. I think these 3 steps really perfected on this body how this is going to look. I didn't really do much work after this. Sometimes when I play with these colors, I don't get the right look and have to go back and forth, but I really thought that this came out really nice. This process with the 3 colors, the navy blue and the black, and then the turquoise to rub it in, really, really came out nice. So after I rub this in here, again, this was just turquoise and turquoise going on the outside edge. I'm going to come back with a clean rag and just turquoise itself again, but now I'm going to feather that top edge. So I've got sort of 3 levels of feathering happening now. I've got the navy, and I've got the turquoise to sort of clean up the navy, and then I've got a new rag and the turquoise to sort of clean it up as well. And that 3-step process really got this body to pop nicely. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back with some steel wool, and we're going to clean this up. I think this is the real trick, to come back and clean out just a little bit of color. It gets it to pop really nicely. We'll just vacuum all of this up. And here we are. Here is a navy blue and black with a turquoise center using Angelus leather die guitars. So maybe a swimming pool burst, we'll call this. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next vid.